the Depository Trust Clearing Corporation, which handles $3 trillion, 0 cents for 100 billion 0 cents a year in transactions, has been switching to blockchain over the last 6 to 7 years. I have some new information and news about Ripple XRP that I need to show you. It has nothing to do with XRP HAR or a few other coins. We've always been right about this, so you should stay for it. There's also Eric Trump here, who says that anyone who doesn't accept will die out in 10 years. I think this is a bigger problem with how banks work and how people deal with debt every day, especially in the United States. We're going to look over this information. Thanks for coming back. Let's talk about this. Our bank doesn't work okay. Our business system is very old, and our banking system favors the very rich. What really hit me was realizing that our banking system was being used against most people in our country, whether they had a balance sheet with no zeros or wore a red hat that said "Make America Great Again." It made me interested in crypto. If banks don't pay attention to what's going to happen, they will go out of business in 10 years. And this is something we've been talking about on the station. Your customers will leave if you don't change with the times. They'll go to banks that have that new technology. Remember that everyone can choose where to bank, not just rich people. Rich people have more options, but they will pick the place that gives them the most options for their money. Also, everyone in crypto right now is either very rich or trying to get rich. Bitcoin has gone from $1, 0 cents to $94,000, 0 cents in just 1 year, a 9.4 million % increase. But other cryptocurrencies will behave the same way. And that's what everyone is looking at right now. I also think that this new system does use cryptocurrencies, since we all know that the old banking system will soon be gone. That's why you need to figure out at home which the crypto assets that will be used in the new money system are the ones you should keep. Some of them won't work out, but what if you get 1 or 2? Or maybe if you have a huge portfolio and get 3 or 4. Will you ever have to work again when everything really takes off in a year, 5 years, or 10 years? I don't know for sure, but things are moving a lot faster now, and I think people should be better ready. It's hard to move. You can only really get to it on a large scale, so please forgive me. This is it again. 2019, since the SWIFT system isn't working in Dubai, cryptocurrency will be used instead. Okay, let's start over. It's hard to make big changes because it only lets a small group of people in and stays there all the time. You know that cryptocurrencies are now the best way to protect hard investments around the world. What they did, though, was show me how broken and old the current financial system is. Trump may or may not listen to his children, but if you've heard Eric or Don Trump, they're telling him how important this class of assets is. That's why Trump is working so hard to make crypto work in the US. Saw this a few days ago and was in the mood to talk about it again. The DTCC's master plan is to turn $4 trillion, 0 cents worth of, give all world assets to one person and move 3.7 quadrillion DTCC every year. Is there a way to get all of these assets on the chain? Next, let's take a look at this thing to see what it is. A new patent for the Depository Trust Clearing Corporation, DTCC, a major part of the world's banking system, shows how the company wants to move global financial assets to blockchain networks. Unlike some other options, which are completely decentralized, DTCC's method keeps control in one place. This is a clear step toward managing digital assets safely under the rules of regular government. Knowing about this property can help you make smart decisions about the future. The patent shows that DTCC wants to be as the world's leader in tokenized finance, which lets it work with other public chains that use tokenized finance. Make your own secret group of DLTs that can handle rights on the fly, hand over wallets, and get ready for quantum security threats. It has been a while since we last talked about the risks of quantum security on this channel. If you were on a live show with me, we talked about this a lot. If you watch all of my videos, you'll know that we still talk about this growing threat from China. Bad people will finally get their hands on quantum computers in North Korea or Russia. We can't just say we're going to make something that will rule the world without also making someone with bad intentions see and try to do some damage. That's what I mean. That's why the old system is already being broken into, right? The Swift way has problems and safety issues. Think about a machine, a quantum computer that competes with the Swift system. I think they're trying to get all of this done and up to date because of this. Because of this, we don't really read that DTC plays a big role because you already know how important DTCC is. This channel is yours to watch, influence, and value on a global scale. I'll put the rest of this text below, but for now, let's watch some clips. This guy is either the CEO or the head of digital assets at the DTCC, based on what I know. Look at this for a moment. I can't remember what it is. The guy's job title is I want to play. And what Bitcoin actually offers is very different. Because of this, we can run all kinds of value on the same lines. For example, I can use the same financial rails for cash, goods, debt, equity tools, public and private works of art, and other ownership stake titles to property. I can also do business with people whose money can clear and settle in minutes, if not seconds. Okay, you have this too. It has never been more important to switch to digital security as a key way to improve liquidity and make the financial markets more stable and safe. Everyone knows that collateral is a complicated world that keeps getting more complicated every year. What about the new world with distributed ledger technologies for payments? Time frames have shrunk from days to minutes, making them faster and safer. A new way of thinking about data and smart contracts lets products and continents join easily, creating collateral pools that are truly whole around the world. Now, our goal is to get everyone in the business to agree on a single digital collateral infrastructure. We also believe that this new infrastructure should be open and able to work with other systems. Our collateral app chain lets banks tokenize assets using any method and release assets on any network, public or private, while still staying fully connected to the trading market infrastructure. Okay, Brad, from a digital point of view, if you Adine stopped talking and said Ripple, you should know that Ripple is involved in this. I think we all know that for sure, and that as time goes on, Ripple makes bigger moves. Don't you think that if Ripple really did buy Circle, there would be billions of dollars in that? Sometimes it ends up on the XRP record, and sometimes it ends up on Ethereum, but some of these moves could really make the price go through the roof. For example, if you added an extra 10 to 20 billion to the XRP side plus 30 to 40 billion, because I think Circle's worth that much money, the market value of a $60 coin would change. The deal to buy Ripple is bigger than you think. The secret road. I'll play it again. What was the biggest deal that was just made in crypto codes right now? The Ripple Ninja Trader one is one of them. Excuse me? $15.00 was the price of Kraken Ninja Trader 1, and $1.25 was the price of Hidden Road 1.